Hello, hello. Today is July 24th, 2024. This is SIG Node CI meeting. Welcome, everybody. Have smaller than usual attendance because likely just day after code freeze, so many people are recovering, I would expect. Anyway, one topic on agenda from Harsh, but I don't see him. Maybe we can postpone it a little bit. I think it's a bug discussion, so yeah, it's a bug discussion, so we can postpone it for a little bit later, unless anybody have a context. Okay, seems that nobody has a context, so I would go into, I will share my screen first and then set triage. Okay, you should see it now. We haven't triaged this board for a while, so let's start with the board triage and then we'll go into failures in the test grid.
One thing, I don't know what's happened, but I guess GitHub is migrating some of the projects. So I noticed that all our boards were migrated. If you have your bookmarks, you'll have to update those because they're read-only. The old one's read-only.
Is this one read-only? I think this one is still classic, but yeah, good point.
Yeah, at least these were read-only for me. So you can click on the go to project and then it will allow you to move those.
Oh, this one read-only?
There's a go to project link on the right hand side of the blue.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but we have no cards here. Okay. So if I go to, yep, maybe not the best place to look at it, but if I go here, I still see a project here, right? So let's try to add this issue to a different project and see. I'll go to project. Oh, anybody knows? Oh, add item.
That's annoying.
Yeah. I don't know. I will need to learn how to use this tool. And I'm also wondering if this status will be preserved somewhere. I don't have that many, but it'll be
I
interesting.
think you can add an item by doing the hashtag, typing Kubernetes in the GitHub issue.
Oh, you mean this one? Okay.
I think you have to do hashtag Kubernetes. Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay. So now if I go to think that have okay, it has two CI boards. Okay. I guess we'll need to migrate everything and remove this board, like old board. You put it as an action item. Okay, it makes sense. Yeah, in this case, let's try to look at test grid.
You can leave that if you want. I have some things to say about that one.
Okay, go ahead. Do you wanna get a co-host?
Yes, please. All right.
You have it now.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I was just gonna. I have an action item on my end on this one, so I wanted to kind of let people know. So yesterday,
You're not
we
sharing it.
were
Wait.
Sorry, Zoom changed on me. All right. Can you all see my screen? You see test grid?
Yes. No, that's good.
Well, okay. So we got reached out yesterday about the cryo conformance tests were failing, and I ended up tracking this one down to one of the split file system kept 14191. We have a PR up for that one, but generally our cryo board is gonna be pretty messy until this is merged. It's pretty much anything that has that feature turned off, which is most of our board, and it's affecting a lot of the cryo ones. So that's the main issue from the release blocking. I've already created an issue for that one and tagged that one as a priority. I have a PR up to fix it actually, but yeah, you can see I have the issue up here, and we're working on trying to fix that one. So that's going to kind of show a lot of problems. Like we go to cryo, you can kind of see the board is pretty red. They're all kind of related to this stat summary. And other than that, on the cryo side, I'll come back to that one. Yeah, it looks like I think these are all related to this problem. And then I think eviction is failing in a similar way because we're relying the summary stats is failing. I'll make sure once this merges to check all these. Something's up with our kubelet C group C1 serial again. I don't know. It's an interesting one where the C group's V1 job is timing out. It's taking the max time while C group's V2 has no issues. I noticed the same thing on container RD actually, where something's up with this job too, but generally it looks like considering code freeze, we're looking pretty good on tests other than that one stats summary. Well, hopefully once that merges, we can have a better idea of what's happening. Check DRA, seems good. Yeah, like so that's the main thing I wanted to bring up. If anyone has looked at this or has others that they want to, like what we should look at, but I think we have two known failures. One was around, I don't think it's in the SIG node board, but it was a feature that was the image volume stuff. I think there's been some failures on the kind alpha jobs, which I don't really know who tracks those and how to find those off the top of my head right now. But anyway, yeah, otherwise it's container RDs looking pretty good. Our kubelet jobs are looking pretty good. I don't know what that's about. Sorry, it's been a little while since I led this. What else do we look at for this one?
It's pretty much it. We would triage the board, but there is no board right now. And another thing, I mean, we can take a look at performance. If you go to agenda document, there is a performance link. We don't look at it every meeting, but
Okay, yeah, that's good to probably do it. I didn't know code freeze. All right, wrong Slack. All right.
it's an agenda doc. I can post a link. Let me grab it.
Yeah, I always find it in a roundabout way. Give me a sec. All right. Is
One
it
of
this
the
one? Point.
Yeah. I hope it still works. It
I don't think it does. Uh-oh. Maybe this was migrated with all the changes that's being done in test infra.
Yep. I think
Does it work on your end?
No, it doesn't work on the mind. Same picture.
Okay.
Oh well, I mean maybe I need to ask in Slack. Okay. Okay, I think we'll need to populate this board first and then triage it again.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
move forward.
All right then.
I wonder if the same situation is with a bug triage. Is it board also migrated?
Sergey, you had an item selected in the other project.
Say it again.
Yeah, for the one that I think this is, it should be trials because they're for the latest status. I think it's linked with a bug. So
Yeah, I just edited to this board. I think it was on other board as well. Do you mean you want to triage this one?
yeah, I think it should be trials. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, needs reviewer is a fair thing. Do we have a reviewer? Is it test related? Is it just test or it's a product change as well? Okay, it's a product change.
Yeah, it is a product. I think this solves a bug that it was with the status. So it's worth someone take a look on it. Because it will solve some other bugs, I think.
Okay, I think we can mention Tim O'Clair here because he's looking at in place VPA. O'Clair.
Yeah, super. Thanks.
Thank you. So, are we ready to switch to bug triage? I wonder if bug triage also was broken. Was it also migrated? Yeah, I think it's migrated. It looks different.
Probably go through what there is there though.
I mean, we can triage out of this new board to see how it works, but I'm not sure whether we triage those bugs already. Like, I don't really know how it works. When it was migrated and which bugs are in triage section.
Okay, I can take point in that unless anyone else wants to. I think I can stumble through the triaging.
I was gonna do it, but you can if you want.
Okay. I mean, I don't care. If you feel strongly.
Sure, I'll take this one.
All right.
Um,
Can you turn your volume
I
up a
have-
little? You're a little quiet.
That's better.
Is it just me? I find it a little hard to hear you.
How about now?
A little better.
I mean, it's quiet, but understandable
Okay.
for me. But
All right. All right.
All right, that's better.
Sharing my screen. Yeah, I have new headphones and they've got this microphone attachment, which I'm still getting used to. I think I shared the wrong thing. Oh gosh.
I mean, you
What is this
sound more professional, low voice and
like?
good timbre.
Good. Good. That's what I was hoping for. Now maybe I can figure out how to share the screen. It's only giving me the whiteboard option. I'm gonna maybe connect via the browser because just a sec.
By the way, while we're waiting for Peter, to the topic of test enhancements, I was going to investigate whether we can add disable of C group V1 to our C group V2 jobs. I wonder if anybody has objections to do it after code freeze.
Sorry.
So I was wondering if we can start applying this new flag to disable V1 on V2 jobs. And I mean, we can add this manually and then we can do some enforcement, some validation. Any objections for doing it right now? Like, I mean, after code freeze.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, I can start by sending small PR first, and then we can expand.
Before I share, Harshal, did you want to go over your item?
Yeah, so this bug that we have, I think we give the link to it. I already gave the link in the agenda, but I'll put it in chat here for easy access here. Initially, I thought, remember I was saying last time that maybe it reminds me of some older bugs that cache is getting, page cache is getting accounted for usage. Apparently not. This is not the same bug. It's an interesting bug where they're using the limit equal to request, and they are making sure the memory is not over committed. But what they observe is that the moment they schedule a new pod on that host, the kernel triggers the page cache reclamation of memory, and they are not able to understand when there is no overcommit of memory, why even system is trying to reclaim the memory. And although it's not directly related to Kubernetes, there's not much you can do, but some of the parts like Kafka, important workloads, they use this caching mechanism, and it affects them adversely because, as you can imagine, the cache used by those pods and now gets reclaimed, and they need to fill the cache again. So I don't know. Ryan tried to ask here about dependency group version here, but I just wanted to bring it up here that is there something we can do to help here, or should we just let them know it's a kernel issue? I'm not sure because it does affect some good workloads. If someone can remember top of their head, that is there something? I try to look in C group setting. There's nothing we could do, but is there something we can do here to if you see the description of it, it gives you a nice graph which shows you that the memory is getting reclaimed, and there's no need for system to reclaim the memory because they're not overcommitting. It's just Kafka and Elasticsearch are using this way, and they're getting using the page cache, and their valuable page cache is getting reclaimed, and that's not really ideal.
So then there is a kernel bug. Do you know if it's, I mean, if limit is it like what factor makes it reclaim memory? Like, is it a request equal limit, or is there some other conditions? I was trying to
So
understand if it's if we can do anything about it, or just kernel will be doing it anyways.
So if you see, there's a third last comment from the bottom. They give the details of their overcommit strategy. So you see the overcommit the memory equal to 1, that means it's enabled, and the ratio is around 50%. And that ratio wouldn't matter here because they are not overcommitting. They are saying limit is equal to request. So these are guaranteed parts. So there should not be any instance of, ideally speaking, kernel to reclaim the memory. However, they observe the kernel is reclaiming memory. So I'm just wondering, is there any C group or knobs that we can set on that part C group, which will make sure this doesn't happen? I didn't find any though, but just in case a wider audience knows better than I do. Yeah, this is one thing. And I'm gonna just tell them that this looks like a kernel issue, even though it affects them. And so yeah, that's one thing I do. And there was one more bug I had, which also I had to close it similarly. Wait a minute, that's not. I'm trying to filter here. That's why I went silent. I'm not able to find for some reason. There's one more bug I had last time. If you remember, I was talking that the person was trying to run a job inside a C group and versus on a slash, and they were seeing the IOPS were essentially 50% lower if they run the job in C group. And I just closed this morning on saying that, there is nothing much we can do because as a Kubernetes platform, we have to run our pods or containers in the C group. But yeah, that's also a kernel bug that affects Kubernetes negatively, but there's not much we can do about it. Anyway, so I think, do you agree that this bug, I will just mention to them that this looks like a kernel issue and maybe they could follow up with the kernel community?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that we can really do from a Kubernetes perspective about changing the way the kernel reclaims the page cache. I mean, there may be some knobs in the C group to like the ratio. So it's possible the kernel community will come back and say like, hey, you should do this. But I think that we should probably take it up with some kernel people.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was looking for. That if there's any knob that we can use within the Kubernetes, then it's fine. But if there's nothing, then even if that such a knob exists, it will be in a runtime, right? Not kubelet. But okay, I will just
yeah, it probably would end up. Yeah, it probably would end up being on the runtime or even a lib container sort of default.
Okay, that sounds good. I will update that bug with that. Thanks for that input.
Thank you. So are you gonna help them to find somebody in kernel team, or
I can try to
how?
draw attention to this from one of our internal kernel team, see if they have the bandwidth to pursue this. And if I don't hear much, then I will unfortunately have to ask them to pursue this with the upstream kernel community.
Yeah, I would suggest to keep the bug open in Kubernetes at least. So we have at least some status of it and following up on this.
Okay, and then do you think I should keep the other bug also open? Let me get that bug. That also kind of affects us Kubernetes now.
Yeah, I just didn't understand what the bug context is, because this one sounds like a bad behavior and people, I mean, if this Redis will be run on hardware without any C group, then probably they wouldn't get this behavior. But any containerization will lead to this problem, right? So it's, I mean, I don't know like how much of it Kubernetes problem and how much of it is a just general kernel issue.
Oh, I found that bug. What do you? Okay, I'll do the same thing. But what do you want me to do with this bug? I already closed this. I'm giving you a chat here. This one also affects Kubernetes, but it's a kernel issue. It affects essentially anyone running the binary inside container. I closed it saying there's not much we can do, but
Okay, let me read it.
okay.
I sent in the chat. It seems like there are some syscuttles that you could potentially use to tune the like rate at which the kernel writes back dirty pages. So potentially the user could like see what those fields are and then like play around with that and potentially get better. And then maybe if that changes sort of the behavior, we could potentially make recommendations. But you know, Kubernetes as a project doesn't really change the syscuttles. I mean, Kube might affect some of them, but usually that's like an OS configuration thing. So they'd have to take it up with their vendor.
Well, this is awesome. We can definitely ask them to look into this and see if that helps. Thanks, Peter.
Okay. Triage time.
Yep.
The PE Hunt needs, or Peter Hunt, one of them needs to be able to share the screen. My browser one, I have two windows open now. One's the browser, one's the app that never can share.
Okay. Now both has co-host.
Thank you. All right. So there are a number of bugs on this no status column, and I'm wondering if that did come from maybe migration, but this does look like the new board. But this one, so we can just go through them in the no status column and see if we've already triaged them somewhere, but this one doesn't look like it's been triaged. This is I am on PR. I guess we can start. Do we do PR? Should we do actually, maybe we should do bugs first?
We're just doing bugs in this meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to limit
Never
on
mind.
outside of product changes.
Yeah. Okay.
I would go to the new project. This one's read only now.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it looks like it translated them okay. Just like take a look at the 9 there, 6 here. Okay, so I missed some of them. But we can also go through, like we don't need to be, we can just make sure that the status on them is correct on the, let's start one by one. Pod memory request. Pod memory request. Okay, so that's on both. This we literally just talked about this. So it's put. I guess we can. Harshal, do you want to respond to this, saying we probably can consider triage, but I don't think that it'll be a Kubernetes change ultimately. But do you want to chime in on that, or do you want me to here?
If you're there, maybe just can write it there. Like you already found this, like a pointer to they can go to.
So for something that we're probably not going to change in Kubernetes itself, should we accept the triage or
Yeah, let's accept it. And one thing maybe interesting for us is, was it C group V2 and was it regression comparing to C group V1? Or change
point.
of behavior? If its behavior was in kernel forever and never changed and C group doesn't affect it, then very little we can do, just try to get attention from kernel folks.
That's right, important backlog.
No, just backlog. And I think it's already prioritized as a
Just
backlog.
backlog. Oh, cool. Yep, cool. Alrighty. Sweet. The next one, that one. All right, it's not on the new board. Oh, we already triaged it from the new board. So maybe we have been using the new board. Or maybe the...
No,
okay, Kevin
just
accepted it. Oh, we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, I kind of just accepted
Okay.
the resize ones since, like, I'm sure that the developers working on this one are creating these issues for a reason.
Totally. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, dev shim. Yes, I was talking about this one. I did not continue talking. I don't know if that's not what I understand it to be. Like from my understanding of what cryo does, it has a specific, like it has a dev shim mount that it mounts to the pod, or like it creates for the pod, and
This is related
it's
to
a
empty
specific
dir
size.
though, right?
Yeah, I don't like, so here, let me pull up the cryo code. My internet will do it for me. Somewhere we like create the shim with a specific size. Like this is cryo specifically doing this for the sandbox, and then for each of the containers we also give it the same dev shim because you know, each container in a pod is sharing the UTS namespace, and so it will, or IPC namespace, so it'll share dev shim. So like here we have a specific size that we're setting. I don't know what container D is doing. So it's possible that container D, by not setting the size or something like that, is, or they might be doing it differently. But that's why I thought it was a container D thing. But I can continue the conversation here because I am pretty sure that is on the runtime. Don't have anything else to mention here. Okay. We already triaged this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I looked
so it
at
looks
this
like we
one.
have been.
Yeah, this one is a website update and the
Cool.
people are dealing with it.
All right, so let's it's accepted on the new board, so we're good there. I think we are actually, I think we have been using the new board because it seems like there's a bunch of stuff that have changed state from the old read-only board that have, but that, you know, they're updated here. So I don't think we need to be checking these. Like a lot of these have triage accepted here. Invalid cube reserved configuration in kubelet causes frequent node status patch updates, ignoring node status report frequency. Cool. So if the system reserved are in the wrong unit, yes, that's true. I agree that the kubelet should fail quickly on that. Yeah, not good.
Yeah, I wonder how testing
Uh,
this will like how can we test this behavior?
I mean, I think we could make an EDE node test that sets the kubelet configuration to have this fractional cube reserved. I mean, it would be a serial test probably.
Yeah. But I
And
wonder
then
how do we test that it doesn't really register too often?
yeah, that's a good question. I think the test would end up looking like when we fix it, will deny, the kubelet would deny the update to cube reserve, like it would fail to start if it was fractional. But I agree that I'm not sure that we could test this symptom specifically. I wonder if you could, I mean, you could probably read the value from the API server maybe, and see if it mismatches. Because if they're saving it as an int, then probably be able to see that.
Let's not make a priority important soon. Important soon means that we need to start working on that, and I don't think it's a regression. I think it's behavior that was forever.
Yeah,
Maybe backlog is better priority.
okay. Cool. Ooh. Solver config option not used by the kubelet. Interesting. Oh, yeah. So this does, I mean, it is weird, but it's not, I mean, if they configure it as resolve const, it would work. I see. Okay. So it's a it's an API change between the V1 config and the V1 beta one. Oh, this one's not even typed.
No, it's
What
not.
is
It's
the-
internal data structure and API. But I mean, it's not
Yeah.
a change. It's just different JSON field name.
Yeah,
What's the resolve
so
config?
it's how it's for DNS. It's like SE to resolve conf is used for DNS lookups.
It's interesting that this PR was originally, or the issue was open like 4 years ago, and hasn't really been.
Yeah, it keeps getting reopened.
Yeah, Antonio reopened it, and Antonio typically reopens serious issues. So I'm trying to understand what's the problem here.
Yeah, I guess as long as there's a way for someone to specify it, then I think we're okay. They just like we might have to update. I mean, I don't know, because it looks like the documentation here says the resolve conf. So it like looks like it's just like a name difference that someone has to know about.
I chalk it up to our config parsing is not ideal, which I think we all know in kubelet.
Yeah, I would suggest to ask a question like, what, yeah.
How should we triage this?
I would say it needs information to understand what the issue is.
Yeah. Or is it triage needs information?
Yeah.
How many tags? Cool.
I think you can move it. There's also a field for that. Oh, I did change it automatically. Nice.
Yeah, I did figure it out. Did we talk about this? I feel like we just talked about this. Should we mark, oh, this is accepted.
I don't know why there's
Why
like
is
no
it-
status. Just I don't know what happened. I think you can just mark it as triaged.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So maybe we go, okay, so we did those. 10 minutes left. Do we want to go through PRs or do we want to leave this as is?
We can go through needs information. There is a query for this, or we can just give 10 minutes back.
Yeah, let's go through the needs information, make sure everything, maybe someone has responded. Nope.
Is the link broken? Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's possible this was fixed. What's the information? Can you please share your Kubernetes config? What about soft eviction? Yes. I think this was fixed. Because when a pod is up for hard eviction now, it will override its soft eviction threshold previously set. So if it was in soft eviction, but the kubelet wasn't trying very hard to evict it, it'll get overridden and move to hard eviction.
I think we can go ahead and close it then.
Yeah. Cool. Do we have some information? Yes.
I don't know why it said I modified these. I don't remember modifying these.
Could you migrate the project?
Oh yeah. I think that's by design, right? Like even if a node is not ready, I think daemon sets override that.
Yeah.
Weird, but
I've never heard of this node lost state.
yeah.
But that said, if we're looking at the daemon set, like the daemon set controller could mark, the status of the daemon sets themselves, but the pods, like if they're running, then they're called running, even if the node is not ready itself. So this does look like it's working as intended. Like the daemon sets are a little wacky.
What was the last triage node? What did you ask for information?
It basically was just like, did Anish asked if
Oh, I
they
see.
checked the tolerations
mean-
on the pod spec.
Yeah, likely there are tolerations, and that's why it's hanging for a while. I mean, pod doesn't have to add tolerations. There are default tolerations added, because they just need to check the
Yeah.
actual YAML. By the way, I mean, shame to admit, but I didn't find where's this default toleration being added. I know they are. I kind of see them, but I don't really know which layer will add those tolerations.
Yeah.
Somewhere on a,
Is this,
what does
is this?
yeah.
Does this look right?
Yeah, you can say that they can check for it if they do kubectl describe on a pod.
We can leave that in needs information then.
Yep.
Maybe one or two more. After, okay. Doozy of a sentence. Remain pending if kubelet restarts after container create before start. Cool. Artificial crash. This is really some in-depth. I don't think that this actually happened in real life. I think that they found something else that happened. Okay, where are we on this one? Nope, no new information, I guess.
Oh, it's a static pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether we support one failure.
Yeah, that's basically the what it seems like we're hearing about is that it's not even clear that we do actually support on failure there.
Yeah, because I mean, if kubelet restarts, how does it know that pod already run and fail? Like didn't fail, like run to succeed, run to succeed.
Right. Yeah, this is kind of a wonky case generally because they're like looking, I mean, they kill the shim of the pod of the container.
I mean, it doesn't really matter for me, like how they kill the container and like how they get to the state. But I mean, we ultimately need to all static pod needs to be restart always.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they can share the use case for on failure, it will be nice. But we even removing run once kubelet mode, and run once was used to run containers to completion.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
That
All right, we're out of time.
Thank you. Bye. Bye, everybody.